Hello, friends. Welcome in. Hello. What is wrong with the thumbnail on the YouTube stream? What? What is wrong with it, eh? Oh my God. Hello, friends. Oh, it is a bonus stream because, well, all the kiddos are basically to sleeps and, well, Mrs. Flash is not home. So, should be pretty self-explanatory. Why is this light all kinds of messed up? Oh, there we go. What up, Real? How are you, Unlisted? Hello. Anna Marie, hello. What's up, Leopard? Hi, Juju. Yeah. Why's my camera messed up? What is going on? Oh, there we go. Just had to give it the good old refresh. Good old refresh. There we go. But hi, friends. Hello. Just going to do some classic chill tangles. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to run either random or just hop from map to map. I don't think we're going to stick to just tangle today. Lights back on whenever it's fixed. It's a Lumia stream problem. Yeah, because Lumia is messed up. I don't know what's going on. Something's wrong and it won't work. Yeah. Kaylee, thank you for the 6-month membership, friend. Hello. Random. Oh, those are always so. It's one or the other. Either A, it is hilarious, or B, completely kills the stream, like completely kills the vibe because it is so boring or whatever. Yeah. Poll or for random or pick. I don't have the voting set up. Ever since I switched the PC, I don't have the voting stuff set up yet. Yeah, I've got to get that worked out too. Do I know when Will is getting reworked? No idea. No clue. Toasty, thank you for the 15 months. Thank you so much, Goosely. Thank you for the 10. Big Dog, thank you for the 5. All Phantom, thank you for the 35 at tier 3. What the fuck? Hi, Fritz. Cute Cat, I'm good. How are you? Was playing Pokemans. This is more important. Oh my God. X-Man, thank you for the Prime, man. Appreciate you guys. But while we're hopping around random maps, drops are still on. They're still enabled. If for some reason you haven't earned it yet, you should be good. All should be swell, friends. I'm going to open the map. I'm going to open Phaz in like 60 seconds just because we're going to get right into it. Why not? Pokemon hunting. You know, Pokemon gaming is something I never really got into. I collected cards when I was younger just because I literally wanted to collect cards. I didn't like actually do battles or anything. I just wanted the cards. So I collected a lot. And then eventually later down the road, I remember my mom was like, do you still want to keep these? I'm like, nah, you can give them to somebody. I literally had the entire jungle set. Every card, every single one. Probably not in the best condition, but yeah. Your sister collects the cute Pokemans? Aw. Yeah, they'd probably be worth a little money right now, but whatever. Some kid was happy, and he probably sold them off and made a lot of money. Cass, thank you for the biddies. Relentless. Watching the streams while working. How's work, Cinder? Just opened fast for the first time since the update. Oh, and you got the drop badge. Hey, let's go. Hi, Spooky. I'm good. How are you? What up, gamer? No clue how to play. Hold on. Well, go back to this. There we go. Wait, I lost it. Where'd your message go? Oh God, where'd it go? Oh, no clue how to play Pokemon, but the cards are pretty. What difficulty will we play? Oh, I don't know. I might swap it up. Like I might do Nightmare and also Insanity and also No Evidence. I like to change it up. Don't forget, we all lose hours of sleep tonight. Oh, thanks, Anne. How dare you remind me of such a thing? Ugh. Love the new Tangle. I do too. What up, Bubble? Subaru, thank you for the 6 months. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Let's open fast. We can keep chatting away as we go. We'll be able to do the things. That's tonight. Apparently, I didn't ask for that reminder. Oh my God. Don't think I forgot about you shipping us off last night. Shipping you off? What do you mean? What the hell does that mean? Love the clips on the YouTubes. Well, I appreciate you coming over, friend. Welcome in. What do you mean? My husband and I play with his best friend all the time. We're only professionals, so I'm here to learn. Oh, don't you put that pressure on me. Super, I'm good, friend. How are you? Don't you do that to me. Your boy's cool. Hello. Oh my God. Thank you for the extra stream. Of course, man. Listen, I don't know how long we'll be live for. It probably won't be a super long stream or anything like that, but we can still get some gaming in. Why not, man? Why not? Why not? Thank you for the follows, friends. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Hey, Lauren. It goes well, friend. How are you? I mean, I guess we'll start on Tangles at least. Oh, or not. We'll start there. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll either do random or we'll just choose random maps here or there. Yeah. But we're doing good, man. I hope y'all are doing well. I can't see shit. I was moving so much stuff today. I feel like I was breathing in roughly 72 years of dust. We have not lived in this house for that long. But because of all the work that was being done, there was just so much built up dust. Be it long or short, extra stream. Glad to see you doing fine. I hope you guys are good too, man. Yeah. Do I know how much Faz is right now? Oh, I mean, I'm sure Google will probably give that away super fast. I don't know. I don't know if there's a sale going on or not. I don't know. Hey, Knight, good to see you. What is the best way to get to 25 sanity without a cursed possession? Go stand near the ghost. If you stand near the ghost with the light off, A, you're losing sanity passively because the light is off. B, then I don't know if that's proven or not, but there's a better chance that the ghost is going to event on you. And if you walk into an event, you will lose sanity. So obviously do it very carefully, but yeah. Glad for the extra stream. Need the distraction. Oh, we all need distractions, man. I feel that. On your deathbed with a stomach bug, oh, I'll feel better. Do Connected partners get the hunted badge? Oh, do we get this badge immediately? No. Nope. No. Whenever I had not even early, whenever the drop started, I was playing and I had someone open and watching their stream so I could earn this. Yeah, I didn't get this until I watched for 2 hours. I imagine it was just because it was easier that way. Yeah. Twig just had a Ure on Tangle who only fully opened and closed a toilet seat. Wait, did it partially touch the other doors? Is that what you're saying? Do I think that the new Tangle looping spot basement's my favorite? No, I like the dining room more than I like that. It's about accessibility, and that's why I like the dining room more than I like the basement. No door interactions. Oh, none. Just the toilet seat. That would be extra funny if you could cross off a Ure because it touched a door. Like, well, it can't be a Ure. They only mess with toilets. Had the front door slam me a couple times. That is a different kind of bug. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening whenever you touch different switches where it's like you're able to grab doors through the switch. It was such a stupid bug. And I can show, actually, you know what? Here, we'll go into Tangle and I'll show you. We don't even do friendly ghosts for this. We'll do we'll start with Nightmare and we'll go from there. Let's go. I think the ghosts are bug. Had a Revy do a mare ability. Well, listen, that might have just been by chance. Any ghost has the ability to randomly turn a switch, right? So if it just so happens that it goes to interact with the switch as you turn it on, then it's just deceiving. So I wouldn't say it did the mare ability. It just was a coinky dink that it did at the same time. I did have a Uri that did 0 abilities in 40 minutes. I had, before they switched over to the new Tangle, I had a Jinn in the basement for 40 minutes. It never left the room. Absolute nightmare. And it was our APOC 3 run, which was stupid freaking terrible. How long have I been playing Phas? A few years. Did you know the toilet seat can be opened by the ghost and can show UV? I didn't know about the UV part, but I know that the ghost can touch the turlets. Yeah. Hey, Gray, welcome in. Mr. Nobody, thank you for the 2 months. So, oh, boner. Over here, I should probably turn the power on, but I can do this anyway. It's fine. So, hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't. Never mind. It's locked. Sorry. If this was unlocked, I could show you, but I can't. Yeah, by going over here and touching right here, you're able to touch that closet door. We don't have reasons. I don't know why. God damn it. They're all locked. Power first, and we'll go from there. I haven't heard anything from the ghost. Nothing. Hey, what up, Blake? Oh, what are we eating? I probably crossed off a Ure, right? Temps are not even that cold. What the hell? 10 degrees. What? It's got to be there. Either that or it's through the garage door and it's a weenie. You didn't know the fridge could open. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Any tattoos? So I have one on my back. The music box I'm just going to get because I can't decide on the sleeve, so I'm just going to get inside the sleeve later. Yeah. EMF 5 and a hunky ghost. Roger that. And the ghost name is Kevin. Kevin Petit. So can't be a dime. Can't be a dime. Let's get you. I'm gonna get one of these. I need to track this beach. Hey, Sports Kid, how are you? Just got 2 new tattoos today. Nice. Cheapest favorite ghost? What? Because it touched the fridge? Ghost keeps messing with all the magnets. Open the freezer now? Listen, homie, I need you to relax. Here, let's do this. There we go. Wow, dude, what does my tattoo say? Holy shit. That's a reference and a half. Hi, caramba. Sad I can't put the magnets back on the fridge. That is kind of silly, isn't it? Why don't they let you do that? First time made it to the stream, welcome in, hello. Like dealing with allergies. The dust that I was breathing in earlier is taking over. Favorite type of music? Indie hardcore is usually the music I used to listen to. Now I kind of listen to everything except for country. Yeah. Not exactly sure what that has to do with what we're doing right now, but I'll take it. Ghost, relax. Hey Cole, how are you? Okay. Country's the best. No, it is not. That's a lie and a half. Ghosty. Super active little guy. What made me get into Phasmophobia? Halloween in 2020. I had friends that wanted to try out this new game that came out. So, oh, I haven't checked for UV. So I figured, yeah, sure, why not? I don't really play horror games on stream or anything like that, and I've only played a few in the past. So gave it a whirl, scared shitless, and then I didn't play for like a year, and then I came back and haven't stopped. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go get more stuff. Let's go. Let's go. Found me on Facebook. Addicted to the videos. Want to pop in and say hi. I appreciate that. Thank you, nerd. Welcome in. I like old country. Old country, like old country was sweet. New, not for me. Listen, if you like it, no, no diss or anything like that. It's just not for me. My real about country music is that if I hear it on the radio, I'm probably not gonna like it. That's fair. Ghosty. You've touched a lot of doors. The weekly challenge is a pain? Yeah, it's not very fun. Where are you?
Slipped away.
Where are you?
Far from here.
Interesting. Wraith, Spirit Twins, or Galu? Let's go get some salt. I just been keeping the smudge on me just in case. You never know. Hey, Crypto. My least favorite ghost kind of hovers between a few, but Goryo, Ure, Shades, they're definitely up there. Yeah. I'm gonna grab 2 things of salt. No, do I want 2? No, I want this in a photo camera. Here, ghosty. Tramp, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Only a handful of country songs you like. That's fair. Question, would you stop streaming at all for $1 billion? Why would I stop streaming? What is with the, okay, I give you $1 billion, now you're not allowed to stream again. You know, I could almost be okay with that if I can keep making videos. But the whole reason I like streaming in the first place is for interaction. So, I mean, $1 billion, my family's kind of taken care of for the rest of their lives. If I can keep making videos, I would definitely think about it. Oh, my Lanta. The world's ultimate hater pays you to quit. No, I think it's just one of those situation thingies where it's like, would you do this to do this? I don't think it's a hater. No. You sneaky beesh. I thought that was a hunt. My God. Flying turnip, thank you for the 3 months. And you just reminded me that I never brought Norm back in here. What the hell? Ghost is in the garage now? Or not? Okay, there's Stippies. Here's Norm. Norm, give us the weather. I'm weathered. Alright, if the ghost steps in that, it's not a Galu. It's been way over 2 seconds. Experienced your first Pulte burst. It scared you, then did it again. Oh, but it's so just satisfying when it happens. Dude needs to chill. No, you can't have any snacks. Wait a minute. If it sets this motion sensor off, I think we have a Galu. Because if it sets this one off, look at the range. That means that it walked by that area again. We get it. We know. If a Galu steps in salt, how long until it can step in salt again? It can't step in salt again until it changes states. So when it steps in the salt once, when it's in a normal state, it can't step in salt again until it changes states. But what I find interesting is that the ghost has not left the kitchen at all. You see how that has not gone off? What a freaking turd. Starts hunting. There we go. It's a Galu. Doesn't it change states when it hits the salt? Correct. When you use any kind of protection equipment, so if it eats a crucifix, if it steps in salt, if you smudge it. Can you place multiple salt in one exact pile? Well, no, because there's a 2-second buffer between, so that's not a good way to test. Because it'll walk in all of them at the same time, and it's in no way beneficial for you to stack salt. It used to be some time ago. People used to spam it all the time, but that hasn't been a usable strategy in quite some time. How do you get over being scared playing alone? I've been trying to play myself, but I always get killed during hunts. No matter what I do, I get so scared I slam my laptop shut. Honestly, it's just exposure. The more that you play the game, the more up to the hunts and more up to the challenge you'll be. You'll actually like stick your nose out there to try to do stuff because you feel safer. You know what I mean? Like if I have a smudge on me and I know that there's a decent hiding spot, I'm not really as afraid because I know generally where to go to live. Might as well. Did I need to smudge it? 3 videos, escape. Oh my god. I need more stuff. For me, it's not even the jump scares. It's the anxiety of waiting for the jump scare. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. The events popping in your face when you really have no clue when they're going to happen can be pretty jarring, which is totally fair. How do you tell the difference between a hunt and an event? There's a few things. If you're nowhere near the front door and the front door shuts, typically that means the ghost is hunting. If the ghost pops up, but if you're saying like, well, the ghost popped up, how did you know that was an event and that wasn't a hunt? Well, if you're playing on insanity or lower, there is a grace period where the ghost will start hunting but won't actually start walking for X amount of time. So I don't remember exactly what it is for each one, but let's just say on Nightmare it's a 2-second cooldown or whatever, grace period. Then when the door shuts, you can literally count 1, 2, and then the ghost will start moving. If the ghost pops up immediately, right? If it pops up, like if I walk in and the ghost just shows up, I know that that's not a hunt because that grace period has to be in effect. Yeah. Also, if you ever see the ghost in a form that is not physical, as in not the full physical form, that's not a hunt. The ghost used to be able to do that, but no, not anymore. All right, I have double smudge. Dude. Or if the ghost is solid, not blinking at all. Yeah. Where was that? Oh. There. I'm not gonna get this. I think I got it. Jesus. Okay, well, I didn't want to record that anyway, jerk. Oh my god, it almost didn't switch. I was like, excuse me. Faster than normal? Yeah, because it's faster than normal because it's a Galu. That's why. Objective wise, okay, I did not get below 25%. What is the curse object? How do you get people to be engaged to watch a stream? So if someone else were to do it, be able to do it too. What? So if someone else were to do it, be able to do it too. There's no like, if you're asking for some sort of like cookie cutter, if you do this, people will engage. That's not how it works. There's definitely plenty of things that you can try, right? Where's the bone? How old are you? There we go. There's definitely plenty of things that you can try. And I think if you see things from other people, it's not a horrible thing to try to mirror, just to try something and see if you like it. But it's not like if you do this, people will engage. Not every community is the same. It's just, it's not the same. You can't expect instant results. That's not how it works. But if you're looking for ways to get more engagement, I would say definitely don't go silent in your stream. Make sure that you are active and talking, even if there's nobody there, because you never know when someone's going to show up. I would definitely say if you have 0 viewers, first of all, you're failing because you should be opening up yourself on your phone and get at least 1 viewer. That's automatic, 1 viewer. I literally did that when I started streaming the same way that most other people do. You, by watching yourself and getting 1 viewer, you have already put yourself above how many people that have 0 viewers. It doesn't hurt to do it. Beyond asking friends and family and all of that jazz to have people come in and watch the streams too, friends asking like, hey, mind checking in on the stream, hang out for a bit, leave a lurk, whatever it may be. But no matter how many viewers you have, if you are just sitting there not talking, no one wants to be the one to break the ice. If I go into a stream and they're not saying a single word, I typically will sit there and wait for them to talk. And if they say nothing, then on to the next one. That's usually what I do. Or sometimes what I'll do, I'll just test the waters and I'll just say like, hey, how's it going? Just to see see if they talk, see what they're like. And if they don't say anything back, bye. Yeah. All right. Isagalu. Oh, I love the new map, man. It's so good. You think a Brownstone High School map would be a nice rework?
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
I would almost guarantee that they have to either completely remove high school or redo it at some point. I don't think that they are intending to leave that map as it is and say like, all done. I don't think so. Yeah, Matt does. Yeah. There's lots of content on YouTube that you can search up about good practices when it comes to streaming. But you're never going to know until you try. I do it on PS5. So sometimes it's harder to get those viewers. Well, right. I mean, do you have a camera or do you are you talking through the microphone to people? You have the stream, you have the stream chat open, ready to go. None of those things are required, but I would say trial by error that they're more beneficial that way. Let's see. I'm just looking at something real quick. Hold, please. Okay, so I thought I remembered you. You've literally asked me this exact same question before. I feel like I remember answering this in a very similar fashion. I was like, that name looks familiar. Yeah, you literally asked the same thing before. Interesting. Maddie, thank you for the 8 months. Instead of reworking Poe and Hope, they should remove it. 100%. 100%. See you later. No, I love the items on the map. The map is so cool. It's just cut it in half. just slice it right in half, man. Yeah. Detective Flash. No, there's only every now and then I remember certain things. It's a very few and far between kind of thing. But yeah, I thought I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. Like even the wording of the question was very familiar. Yeah. Hi, Carrie. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. What do I dislike on Point Hope? I dislike that 80% of the time I get, and that percent changes every day, that I get the ghost near the top. And having to go from bottom to top of the lighthouse with all my items over and over and over again, it's just exhausting. It's just exhausting. Oh, where's my drink? It's so tiring, man. Mentally. My ghosts are the front room. You suck. See, it's your fault. So you're the reason that I get the ghost all the way up there. How do you get the drop? Watch for 2 hours, friend. Yeah. Watch for 2 hours. Yeah, see, and they've asked that question like 17 times. Dude, am I talking to a robot? What the hell? There's too many stairs. Yeah, I understand it's a different kind of hunting. I get it. Sure. It's a sprite. It's Sprite. We're not getting too wild. I got to get up early. Yeah. Give me a Tangled Dining Ghost. Have you not had one there yet? Hey, FNAF dude, how are you? All right, let's do a random nightmare and then maybe we'll do no evidence or something like that. Really, today we're just kind of chilling, man. Just kind of chilling. Yeah. Like, I'm fairly certain that that's a robot. Like, I'm almost sold. Prison incoming? No. It's Saturday. The ghost and the devs are nice. How do you get used to playing Phas solo? Throw yourself in, man. You want to see what you do? I'll show you. We'll go back to Willow.
Welcome back.
You know what you do? You do this. Disable your loadout. It doesn't matter what difficulty you play on. Who cares? If you want hiding and stuff, you can add it, but that's not the point. The point of this is you're trying to get the ghosty to get you. That is the whole point of this. You heard robot? You did. So I've added 0 equipment. So no matter what happens to me right now, I lose no money because I didn't add anything. So our number 1 right now. Oh, I might be screwed though. You might need to add a lighter. Unless you don't want to add a lighter. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, Giggity Master, how are you? Maybe we'll get lucky. As long as it's not one that requires a lighter, Franklin. Ghost is over here. Where was that? Was that bathroom or in here? Oh, was that in the room I was in? Oh, you are? Oh, it's here. Okay. So the ghost is right here, right? I've added nothing. We know that the ghost is here. I'm going to stand right here. Push the pins in. I'm going to make it hunt. That's our goal. Oh, look. There's the ghost. Oh, look. I'm dead. That is the worst thing that can happen to you in the game. And now you know what it feels like. You do that a few times, you understand what that feeling is like. Yes, the events and things like that in the middle of the game can still get you, but the hunt won't feel as crazy because you know what the hunt feels like. You can push the pins in. Yeah. Every pin that you push is 5 sanity gone. And then if you push the heart pin in, it's 10 and it's all completely random. Yeah. Did I miss you showing the door glitch? The door glitch? The door glitch? What do you mean? Phasma helped me through that same fear even for other horror games. Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Dom? I'm confused. The closet door? Are you talking about the one where we click through the wall? Exposure therapy. Yeah. I'm a little confused. Hey, Honorable, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? The glitch where you can open doors to... Oh. Well, let me do that on amateur, because that's a... What? No, F that. Don't want an amateur? Yeah, let's do it on amateur. That's fine. No, I lie. This one here. Contract. Number of hiding, very high. This will work. All right, this is the way because all the hiding is available. Yeah, there's some weird thing that's happening right now when you click through things. We don't really know why this is happening, but I'll show you. Good. Oh, you can also do the challenge mode to not lose money. That's correct. You will be locked to a 1.0 multiplier. Phasmo? What the hell? Okay. So, someone pointed out this one, okay? They were like, go over to the right of this box and click the corner. Do you know why that's happening? Because I'm touching this. Yeah, this. Because when I move that out of the way, gone. If I put it back, try opening it from the closet. Oh. Like from touching from there. I don't think it's letting me. Oh, wait. Wait, did I just touch something? Oh my God, I was touching this door. You can hear it very slightly. Look. Why? Why? What is broken that's making that happen? The light switch in the garage also touches the cabinets. Yes. This one. That's not a mare. Where is it? Right there. Is that me? Hold on. Bro, oh my god, you can troll the living shit out of your friends. If this is open and they're sitting in the if they're sitting in the garage and you go over here like this, you can make them think it's a Ure. You see where I clicked? Right here, above the pot, above the crock pot. Look, that is so dumb. I lined up, okay, the way that I've been, so you line up this right here and roughly in the middle, shuts the door. Yeah, open, closed. Why? 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 Oh my god. What? Why can we reach through every wall? Look at this shit. What the hell? Okay, oh, I can't do anything there. Let's try this one. Ah, that might not be a good one either. Although, yeah, okay, I'm able to touch every door through the wall. If there's a door and I can like angle where the door opens like this, I can touch through the wall. You just gotta get close enough. This is silly. Absolutely silly. Now it all makes sense. Why some of these doors we're seeing randomly closed. It's because we did it. Hold on. I was trying to see if... Yep. This is stupid. Okay, let's get out. Well, that was fun. I don't know what this is. I don't care. So if you guys are getting doors that are randomly closing, now we have a reason why. It's probably because you're doing it to yourself. Oh, it's non-real.
Welcome back. I prepared some jobs for you.
So silly. All right, Willow. This is what I had for random until we decide to go test.
We've arrived. Check the equipment.
Can you only do it with doors? I think so. Baron had a neat trick, but don't do it. If it's a trick how to get yourself in an invincible spot, yeah, I can't do those. Yeah, can't do those. Hey, Spooky Queen. Can't do it. What is the weekly? It's the same. It hasn't changed. It doesn't change till tomorrow. Yeah. Not till tomorrow. All right. Jane Lancaster. I was going to say Jan. No, it's Jane. Hey, Zappini. What up, Deadshot? Thank you for the 29 months. All right. Repel, microphone, and 3 photos. Let's get all the side objectives done. Get out of here. But yeah, the weekly, it's the one at prison. That hasn't changed. All the streams, thanks, man. Hello, hello. When you think the wall feature in Tangle will be gone, I think it's going to be a while. Although, I don't know. I don't know. Especially with new maps, they seem to be on top of stuff like that. Usually. Yeah, yeah. What up, Wolf? Alright, Ghosty. We are on the way. No whispers? Ghosty. There we go. Let's go look for the bone real fast. Get your hand off the safe, you thief. See you, Fazilla. What up, Drifter? Hi, homie. All right, I want you to lift this spoon so I can take a photo of it. I missed it. No, I tried to get it. It threw a knife at me. Oh, you sneaky bastard. I almost had it. I tried to go for the interaction photo. It didn't work. Got that missed ball, though. We should go this way. That's not a spoon. Hey guys, little follows. Welcome in. Hello. Hi, Karumba. A knife! I'm gonna take this. I have a feeling that my sanity... Well, outside of the fart ball that just hit us. Outside of that... Alright, let's do... Yeah. Let's bring this. Should you play public matches for better loot? I mean, I would play public matches because you want to play public matches. I wouldn't do it just to try to get good gear off of somebody. Alright, you're an active little booger. Where are you? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Is it working? Yeah. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? All right, there we go. Nothing. Something. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. No, I can't do it. Oh God. Oh, the camera was over here by the front door. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. My God. Muhammad, what's up, dude? Your favorite thing to do is stab me? What the hell? Stab people with the marshmallow stick? Ghosty wants a friend. Well, it can go find a friend somewhere else. Get out of here. Oh. Seems like it doesn't want you to leave. No. She wants a friend. Friend. Ghosty. Don't try to kill me or nothing. Hi, Emery. Throwing stuff in the potty. Interesting. Let's go. Earned your badge. Hey, let's go. Heck yeah. All right, give me this guy, give me that guy, and also give me this guy. Cursed item's the monkey paw. Yeah. Hey, Master, thank you for the 33 months. Thank you guys for the follows. Welcome in. Hello. Dinner's almost ready. My son made dinner tonight. I helped, but I mean, for the majority of it, he did it. He insisted. I was like, sir, yes, sir. Footsie doodles. Oh, no, I'm not going to get there in time. Got it. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's see. This. What do you make, enchiladas? Wasn't anything too crazy complex, but you know, it took some work. Ghosty. What up, Peter? How are you? Interesting. Does the Abaka have unique UV prints? No. The only unique, it doesn't have unique prints, but what it can do is it can choose to not leave a footprint. So you can have like footstep, massive gap, another footstep. So it just depends. Taco pizza? What's it from? Oh, you bitch. I hate you. Oh, I thought that was real. Damn. Sounded like it was right on top of me. Hey, JC. Enchiladas are time consuming. Oh, yeah. It definitely can be. He did a good job, though. Okay. Go. There we go. Aw, band nerd. Thank you for the 3 months. Oh my god. Yabake can leave unique prints though. Yes. Yeah. It can. The handprint can be unique. The footprint cannot. They were specifically asking about the footprint. Yeah. I love the dots can be stopped from rotating. Oh, it's nice. That was one addition that we loved so freaking much. Yeah. How's the day? The day's good, friend. Been hanging with the kiddos all day. Yeah. Hey, what up, Twig? Do you know if there's a bug with the ghost photo objective not counting a Dot's ghost picture? I have seen that happen many a time. Yeah. I've seen it happen many a time. Riley, if you're curious about the drop watch time, if you go to twitch.tv/drops, you can see it there. Chicken patty sandwiches. Mini tater tot. Ooh. Let's go. Hi, Peggy. How are you, friend? What do I have? What do I know? Who are you? We have one page. Wait, can it be a Gorian? Oh, gross. It could be. We'll watch the dots for a second. It's hard to say. Oh, it's still chucking stuff though. Hey, what up, Crayon? Yeah, we'll see. Solo, welcome in. Mr. Zai, Dreamcatcher, Crescendo, Sam, thank you for the follows. We should have a special dots interaction where the ghosts dance. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. This isn't Fortnite. For the longest time, I never knew the UV footprints and handprints counts 2 separate photos. I mean, to be fair, if you played before they added the media stuff, you didn't know. You want to go to work for you tomorrow? No, I'm good, thanks. No, this is Nightmare, but I still only have one piece of evidence. Yeah. What do you think is the best way to get better at no evidence runs? My opinion, Nightmare. Because by playing Nightmare, you're able to get evidence and then you're able to narrow down the ghost. And then you're between like what? 4, 5, 6, whatever, however many ghosts left, right? And then you narrow down the ghost from there. It's that just to scale. It's that just larger. Funny lad, thank you for the follow. Lovely Cal, thank you for the prime. All right, it's just not going to give us anything. So we're going to bring the sound recorder. We're going to bring this, and we're going to take one of those, and we're going to bring one of those. Anyone else got an issue seeing ghost orb text? Logic tips out in respect. Always and forever. Oh yeah, you burst the lights because your face sucks and we hate you. Oh yeah. How could I forget? There's not going to be a horror 2.0. Yeah, it's basically going to be whenever Phaz does the 1.0 release. Hey, Night Raptor. One question for you, since you play a game about ghosts, do you believe in them IRL? I don't not believe them. Love the TikToks, boss. Thanks, appreciate you. Does that answer the question? Sometimes the camera bugs out. Oh yeah, that happens a lot. Where you at, bruh? So you're a skeptic? I mean, until proven guilty, you know? Bonus stream, hi, Nettie. It's just a matter of being convinced. Okay, we get it. You hate computers. Okay, I'll move it out of the way for you. Sorry. Like I said, it's not like, oh no, there's no way they exist. It's like, no, but I mean, just waiting to see the proof where I'm like, holy shit, that's it right there. Yeah. How long was stream before? I'm not sure, but I'm going to do my best to raid into another kinetic partner when it's over. Yeah. The ghost is right here. Duh. We have one in our house that likes to say hi. Oh, that's creepy. Oh my God. Hey, Jack, thank you for the biddies. Crescendo, thank you for the sub. Hey, Glass. Yeah, I know. I'm not normally here today, but, well, Mrs. Flash is, you know, away, and yeah. Oh my God, Paxton, you're right. You know what I haven't checked yet? I haven't checked him. Okay, what is with this, like, you're about to leave stuff? It's gonna be too late. It's gonna be too late. Ah, you suck butt. That's fine. Did you stream yesterday? I did. your PC must be going, I'm tired, boss. That's too damn bad. No breaks. Look, never brought this in. Paxton on the tubes made the very observant observation that I did not do it yet. Ghosty's a bit mad. It is a little upset that we're trying to get out of here. Iconic. It's so good. All right. Those there. Watch. Instant freezing. Son of a bitch. Oh, I don't even need another. Okay. It happens to the best of us, man. What are you thinking for the Prime? Oh, Tariel, thank you for the 15. What up, not a deal. Demon, Hantu, Jin, Mimic. I think Demon's probably off the table at this point. You know? Suppose you don't like me? No, not really. And that's fine. You know what? I don't like them either. F them. I'd say probably not. It hasn't turned the power off yet, though. Would I ghost hunt in real life? I mean, I did when I was younger. When I was younger, we did a few, like, and I'd say investigations, but it's like we didn't use equipment or anything like that. We just went to haunted locations. Ghost? Hey, Nate, I'm good. How are you? Going early this week. The shoulder all the way down to the hips. Oh my God, Dark Feet. Good grief. Made some hot chocolate. Oh. You lucky dog. You lucky dog. What map should I practice looping on besides Ridgeview? Tanglewood. Tanglewood dining room. You can crouch down like this and then block line the side of the ghost, but still be able to see the ghost yourself. Yeah. Do I have any videos at all? I have 3. Translucent object throw ghost. Yeah. Are you taking a poo-op there, little ghosty? I guess you are. I just took a crap in the sink. How can you play fast for so long and not get bored? Keep it entertaining for yourself. If I got bored, I wouldn't play it. Yeah. Give yourself challenges, try different difficulties, play solo, play with other people, play random lobbies. Lots of different things you can do to keep it entertaining. But I think if you like a game enough, it's not as difficult to make it entertaining for yourself. I don't need this. I need... How many sounds do I have? I've got all 3. Shit. I just need 2 videos. Oh. Oh, you... Oh, double blowout, you son of a bitch. Oh, I got it. We're okay. Never mind. That mother... Looped Vibes, thank you for the raid. What up, dude? Oh, the Willow Couch. Oh, you know what? That's a really good point. Hold on, let me turn this off. This is a really, really good looping spot if you're looking to practice. Yeah, that's a really good point. This right here is a great spot to do it. We've explained this many times, but if you've never seen it, if you get the ghost to hunt you and then you get it to come in here, I highly suggest being like over here so it'll go this direction. This direction is easier than this way because when it's going this way, it gets stuck on the table. So you get Ghosty to follow you and then you get farted on. Wait a minute, run, run, run. Excuse me? That's fine. I don't want to record it anyway. Thank you for the follows, friends. Oh, now you want to hunt. Well, shit. I'll gotta go over there in a second. But you get the ghosty to come in here. You go this way, right? And I'll show you whenever the ghosty tries to get us. I want to record the crucifix getting bit. Stop it. Where's my other crucifix? There it is. Just in case. Poopy sink? Yeah, I said the ghost was in there taking a crap and it literally went in the sink. Come on now. All right. So now what I could do is just... Oh, shit. Now we get it to hunt us so we can figure out what the hell it is. Yeah? Yeah, yeah? Oh, ads. Hold on, I'm going outside. I'm going outside. How long have you been making Phas content? Few years. All right. We're waiting. Waiting for ads. Stepped outside. Caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for it, but I could pause. I was in a good spot to pause. The ghost just tried to hunt us. What were we saying? I lost it. In the sink. Gross. Yeah. Hey, Elshow, thank you for the super chat, man. It won't let me click the plus button to add equipment to the truck. If you're having any issues with trying to add items, I would definitely suggest going to their Discord and letting them know. It might not be a you problem. It might not be you. Do you think it's too late to start making Phas content? No. No, not at all. No. The game still has easily over 10,000 average players. It's still a very popular game. It's also got a lot of longevity along with it too. Yes, I know a lot of the stuff that has come out is already there. You can't make it as new content, but you can still make it as your content. You know what I mean? Just because something is already out there doesn't mean that you can't make it in your way, because a viewer might like the way that you do something over somebody else. I would say that it's not too late at all. You could explain what a Dio is. How does it act? What does it do? What kind of equipment do you need? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be some brand spanking new stuff. Got done playing our first Nightmare games and saying how you do this solo. You just get used to it. It's just practice. Have you ever had corrupted files on Phas? I'm scared to reinstall it because I don't want to lose everything. No. I don't think so. Batmom, thank you for the prime. Jack, thank you so much for the sub. I find playing Phas very repeatable with the number of different variables you get each round you play. Correct. Free 99, what robbery? That's what you get for watching. How many hours do I have? Thousands. Yeah. I don't know exactly how much. It's like 3, I think. Yeah, but that's over what? The past 5 years? Reinstalled before I lost nothing? I've reinstalled and lost nothing. Yeah, I mean, shit, I'm on a new PC. I didn't lose anything. The breaks survive. It's gotta be, man. We're chilling. We're just waiting. We don't want people to miss if we have the opportunity to stop it. So why not? Never got bored playing. There's definitely times where I'm like interested in trying other things. That doesn't mean that I'm like burnt out of Phas. Yeah. A Sprite, how dare you? Yeah, but it's a Sprite Zero. It's a Sprite, there's 0 sugar in there. I always expect a coffee mug. There is a coffee mug, but that's empty. What do you mean? Hey player, I'm good, how are you? All right, they're done, we're back. There we go. How does Phas not get repetitive? What game do you play, Milky? Milky Way. What game do you play the most? Oh, of course, Barry. We try our best, man. We try our best. I take breaks from Phas and then come back, which makes it more fun. Yeah, especially. Oh, yeah. Hey, Lesser Diamond, how are you? Thanks for waiting. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. If I can. Like I said, I can't always stop for them, but I do my best to stop when we can. Yeah. Slightly modified, I'm good. I was waiting for the response from somebody, but I don't know if they're going to respond. So we're just going to go. Is this my first game so far? Ooh, what do you mean? Probably car stuff. Some Phas here or there. Okay, but car stuff. But what game, though? What game do you play the most? Is there always wind sound in the new update? If you're talking about Tanglewood, yep. I don't know what's going on, man. Tanglewood sounds like it's a hurricane at all times. And I really, really hope they fix it. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's go get extra smudges just to be safe. First round this live? Technically, no. Ever gone ghost hunting in real life? When I was younger, I did. Yeah. Been letting the game decide our fate, and let me tell you, I'm tired of Point Hope. Yeah, that's... Things like that are part of the reason I don't do random as much. That's for damn sure. First time playing the new map, I was blown away. I hate your face. I just don't like it. The ghost doesn't like it either. Oh, that's a djinn. Okay, you went the wrong way, stupid. Yeah, come this way. Oh, gosh, dang it. There you go. So if you watch the ghost, we were talking about looping earlier, you see how she got caught on that table? It buys you time to regain your stamina. You barely have to sprint or anything when it's doing that. Yeah, it makes it so nice. No. F you. Stupid ghost. Why don't you like it? Why don't I like, what, Point Hope? Ghosties always stubbing their toe as they round the corner. Thank you, Red Lion. Why is she standing there seizing? Because she's really upset that we're leaving her alone, and I really don't care because she's mean. That was a djinn sprint for sure. For sure. What's up, Case? One time I was playing Old Tanglewood. I was monitoring Doppler radar Discord server I'm in. It alerted me of a tornado warning. I looked down where I was, and it was Tanglewood IRL. It gets better because the ghost room was in the basement and the weather was stormy. Wait, the real Tanglewood? What? Why don't you like the Tanglewood? Wait, who said I don't like the Tanglewood rework? What? The Tanglewood rework is awesome. Are you referring to what I was talking about the weather? Like the sound? Because if you're talking about that, oh yeah. No. No, I like the Tanglewood rework. What I don't like is that every single weather type sounds like a hurricane. You go in there and it's clear. Doesn't sound like it. Hold on. I gotta see if this happens again. I'll go back into another map again. Weather, give me heavy rain. Give me heavy rain and take me to Nels. Take me to Nels. I want to see something real quick. Seems okay. see the update also broke Maple Lodge? I did. I certainly did. Hi, caramba. Threat level midnight. Thank you for the year.
Jobs ready for you.
Oh my. Is there an easier way to identify a spirit besides the 3-minute delay after the smudge? No, because there's nothing else you can do to identify a spirit besides the 180 second. There's nothing else that's special about the spirit in any way. It's literally it. Can I show you Maple Lodge? What about it? If you're talking about go show you the broken part, just walk out of the truck and go to your left. Make a left, make a left. There you go. I'm not going to show it on stream though. Yeah. Is that a lower level smudge? It is, because I don't like to stop the ghost in its tracks. So I do tier 2 instead of tier 3. Maybe we just do random again. I think it's kind of the way. Best map for Nightmare? That just depends what kind of maps you like. It's not about best map for Nightmare. It's best map for you. Amateur, intermediate, insanity, zero evidence. It doesn't matter. What map do you like? And what is the reason? Are you trying to do it faster? Because if so, then obviously don't pick the larger maps. Does the weather make any changes in the ghost hunt? Technically, yeah, because the starting temperature is different based on whatever temperature you're given. So obviously if it's snowing, it's gonna be a lot colder in the map until you turn the power on. Did you see the newspaper in L's Tango? Oh yeah, that newspaper's been around in other maps. This isn't the first map they put that newspaper in. Yeah. All right, let's try our luck. Ooh. Leveling up. Play the smallest map you possibly can as fast as you possibly can. It's the best thing you can do. Stab, thank you for the 20 months. Appreciate the follows, friends. Personally very fond of Point Hope. That's because it chose me. That's fine. If it chose you and it wants to choose to give you a floor that is not at the top every time, then lucky you. Not all of us get that. The pleasure of that. You know what I mean? Shut up. Hold on. Give me a sec. What's your favorite map of all time before the reworks or after? Willow. Willow's still my favorite map. I can't wait for the update. Like, I can't wait for them to revamp it. I think it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Would the campsite map be good? Camp Woodwind? Yeah, it can be. Yeah. There's a lot of people that used to grind out Camp Woodwind a lot like that, where they would just go in, let the ghost hunt them immediately, and they would loop the ghosty around the tables. Yeah. What's your favorite setting to play on? Nightmare. Nightmare. I love it. It's my favorite. 6. Thank you for the prime. Alrighty. Elizabeth Huntley. Capture a photo of the ghost, cleanse it, and we also need to escape it. So we're going to bring in a photo camera because our hopes are always that we can get the ghosty early. Yeah. How many pineapples can I fit in my rear? I don't know. That's a tough question. It's also very personal. All right, let's bring the EMF. Have I 100% the game? Let me ask you, what is 100% in the game? The light's not on. All achievements. To me, I don't know if I'd consider that 100% of the game. I guess you could call it that, I guess. But yeah, I have all the achievements. Yeah. Is this another bug? Sure. Looks like 2. Oh, there's more than 2. Oh, there's more than 2. It's a bug. Okay, I doubt you can. Just out of curiosity. Okay, it's just Tanglewood. I can see my breath here, though. Ghosty. What's up, cutie? There's that photo we were talking about. 80% to the drop. Nice. Nice. All right, let's go this. Let's go crucifix. Dots. Bring that in and go right back out. The lights weren't even on yet. I know. Bursting bulbs on us. It can't be an Onryo. See that fire that it lit inside of there? I didn't do that. The ghost did. Definitely mirror activity. Oh, well. We see you, Stinky. And then it made a wish. Where's my EMF? Got the drop. Nice. All right. Check our crucifix range. There we go. Can we get more stuff? That was singing? No. No, that wasn't singing because it did the bursting, the light bursting event. It didn't do the ring around the rosy thing. So you can't cross off shade yet. This is Nightmare. Give me this. Is the 24/7... Yeah, that's me. That's my 24/7 channel. Yeah. I play VODs there. I need to update it. I need to update it with some of the newer ones. But yeah, that's mine. Is there more drops next week? Yes, the static version of the badge. So right now, imagine the animated version, which I can show you in the lobby. But this is what it'll look like when it's the static version. And you'll be able to earn that starting the 10th. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Who's my favorite? I don't have a favorite content creator. No, I watch a lot of creators. I definitely do not have a favorite. Where are you? Are you here?
He's here.
Where are you?
I'm behind.
Are you here?
Taken away.
Are you near?
Taken away.
Are you angry?
Active killing.
How old are you? How old are you?
Young assailant.
Oh, young assailant. Classic. Oh, didn't put that down. Whoopsie poopsie. Whoopsie poopsie. What creator would you say has the best advice for beating APOC 3? Nukadave. 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 He probably has the most amount of hours I've ever seen in APOC runs. I'd say he is definitely the one. Did I see the new emotes that Hex? I did. I did. Are you talking about the ears? All right, let's bring that guy. Let's bring that guy. Let's bring that guy. Good deal. Why does the ghost always want to get us? You know, that's a great question. I don't know. Like, why can't they decide to be a friendly ghost? Oh, Justly's really good too. Yo, there's many that are good. Leona, there's a lot of them that are really, really good at it. I think that Dave, in my opinion, has probably the most experience and best advice. That's just my take. But there's so many people that are good at it. Friendly ghost is disabled. All right, Ghosty, what is the second piece of evidence? I don't know. Thank you for all the follows, guys. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Hello. Who's the best Phas player in the speedrunner? I have no idea. I don't follow the speedrun stuff. Like, I don't follow the speedrun players. I've done speedruns in Phas before, but it's been a long time. All right, nothing? Okay, well, it was good talking to you too. Yeah, that's going to have to be a Google friend. I can't help you there. I wouldn't mind a blood moon chance for a friendly. I wouldn't mind having a higher chance of getting a blood moon. That'd be great. Probably Justly. He's up there for that too. For speedruns? Oh yeah. I don't think he does speedruns as much anymore either. Hey Juju, how are you? I like Insim, he's really good at speedruns. Does Insim do a lot of speedruns? I don't think he does. I don't think people think speedruns and think Insim. I don't think he would say that. He does a lot of Megapoc now. Oh, nice. I haven't had a chance to watch him recently. Our times never line up. When he's streaming, I'm working. And then when I'm streaming, he's asleep. Was the quickest I've ever speedrun a map. I went into Camp Woodwind, looked at the camera, saw there was orbs on a no evidence run and left. right? That's the longest door close I've ever heard. Footsies! You sick bastard. Probably not a Galoo. I don't know if there was enough delay on the steppies of the salt. I could always go grab another just to be sure. No, content creation's not my full-time job. No, I have a 50-hour-a-week video editing cinematography job. Been doing it professionally for 9 years. Is there a release date for character update? No, not yet. Oh, Phantom Pulte Galoo Mimic. Well, I got your photo earlier, El Stinko, so we know that's not you. I also don't see orbs. Probably not you. All right, well, this should literally solve it, right? One could assume. Do I like cinematography? Well, yeah. I definitely did. I didn't go into the job because like I was being forced into it. Like somebody's like, listen, sorry, man, this is the only thing we got left. Ooh, I've got more salt here, but F it. We'll do this. All right, not a Gallo, which means it's a poultry. Yeah, it's a poultry. What do you do at your job? So a video editor is somebody that edits video. I'm not really sure what else to say to make that. So, or are you talking about the cinematography part? That's video, filming. Yeah. Hello? Ghosty? Oh, you had the ghost turn on the train? I still haven't had that happen. Do I know if the campsites are going to get a rework like Tangle? I'd say probably not. Dude, I feel like I'm being like super interviewed today. Is anybody else feeling this? Apocalypse. Okay. All right. Good deal. Okay. Feel it like you feel it in your bones. You know what I mean? How do you feel about being super interviewed? What's my real name? What's your dad's name? I'm just gonna start reusing some answers. Is your dad's name Michael? Which dad? The other one. Bro, it's Sunday. Bro, it's still Saturday for me. Bro, our time zones aren't the same. What? Makes me sick. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Still answering the questions. Ghosty, make a sound. What are you doing, Brad? $20 questions. Shit, you're being nice. Names of your allies and their locations. Oh my god. Record the spirit box. No. You know why? Because you yelled at me about it. No, I'm not going to do it. Nope. Nope. Ask me nicely. Please? Okay, I'll do it. I can't find it. Oh, never mind. Oh, there it is. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Oh, maybe I'm not. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you?
Slips away.
You son of a biscuit. They moved into the garage. Where are you?
It's all in white.
Oh, I thought there was another sound in there. Son of a bitch. I guess not. We're about to lose one. I know. Oh, I've already got that photo. Oh, you sneaky mother father. Oh, I got excited. Gosh dang. Plot twist. I was born as Flash. Ghosty. I'm not worried about perfect games. Who cares? I need to cleanse and escape. All right. Well, interesting. Let's take this inside of here. You were born as yourself? Yeah. I know. Crazy. Do that over there. Do that over there. Oh, no, Jesse. All is well. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. All is well. Now, we were talking, somebody had asked that question. They asked about that the other day. They were asking about advice, just like with streaming and answering questions and being interactive and like, how do you choose this or choose that? And my response was that, and I stick by it, that you start to learn how to be selective. Because if you try to read every last thing, especially things that are very not relevant. Like you see things that you're like, well, I'm not reading that out loud. And you just you ignore it. Do you know what I mean? If it's something that's meant to be like salty, stupid, toxic, whatever it may be, you just look over it. Who cares? How long's the crucie stop the next hunt? So it depends. If it's a normal ghost, it'll stop the next hunt for 25 seconds. If it's a demon, 20. Yeah. Especially when it's asked 30 times. Well, that also depends too, because that's another thing where somebody will say like, do you ever get annoyed answering the same question over and over? And I typically say no, because that person that asked that question, it's the first time they've heard the answer. So I'm not going to get on somebody and be like, dude, I've already answered this blah. Like, they don't know that. Unless it's somebody that I know that's been here for a while and I know they heard the answer. Then it's a different story. That sound can go away. That light is still not on, by the way. Weren't you the person who recommended the unofficial cheat sheet? Probably. Yeah, phasmocheatsheet.com. You're going to eat this now, and you're going to screw up everything, aren't you? Aren't you? Ay, caramba. I just... Hold, please. And there's the Pulte. Get over here. Ay, caramba. All right. We'll get the escape here in a second. Oh my God. Hi, Dorito. How are you? Got your weekly finished solo. Nice. Oh man, the weekly is oof. What made me decide to be a streamer? Well, we could talk about that. All right, poultry, get us out of here. Hey, Dorito, how's it going? It's good, friend. Good to see you. Player, thank you for the sub, by the way. What made me want to be a streamer was when I got introduced to what streaming even was. Because before I was a streamer, I wanted to go into acting and entertainment, and streaming kind of falls right in line with that. You love tornadoes. What the hell? Poultry! Yeah, we knew what it was. I'm not going for perfect games. Objectives and Ghosty is kind of where we're going. You know what I should be doing? Oh, we're falling apart. Okay, never mind. We are going to be doing a bunch of Tangle. I've got 7 more to go. How do you feel about having to do an interview on a Saturday night? I wasn't prepared at all. I'm not wearing my makeup. I'm not, you know, I'm just not ready for this. You're acting, you fraud. No, entertainment. Turd. All right, let's go to Tangle. Tornadoes are very entertaining. I guess it depends on where you live. Depends on your location. Had a couple of tornadoes in Michigan yesterday. Yikes. Yikes. All right, we have 30 minutes to add, so we're good. Have you considered charging people for interviews today? Oh my God. Listen, TTS is on. You know you're supposed to be... I know, I'm sorry. Falling apart, man. We're falling apart. All right, Daniel Gacy. Let's see. Sound recorder... I almost said 25%. Sound recorder, escape, repel. We are bringing the sound recorder in immediately. I want to knock out the objectives as fast as I can. This is so stinking loud. So stinking loud. Hey, Jack, thank you for the membership on the tube, man. Appreciate you. Shh. Ghosty. Hello. Ghosty. We just want to talk to you. Gonna check out the bug on Maple. It's worth a look-see. I feel like it would be a pretty easy update to fix that, and they haven't done that yet, which is awfully interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Check out the dead body. Oh, yeah, under the cabin. Yeah. Oh, you're here. Oh, you're not a mayor. Interesting. Roger that. Ghosty turned on a light, so we knew that it was, we know it's not a mare. All right. I'll be back. Basement Ghosty? Yeah. It might actually interact with the train. I haven't had that happen yet. For sure. How do I know the difference between Gen Sprint and line of sight? Because the Gen Sprint is instant speed up, whereas the line of sight is gradual. Give me both of these guys and this. You're still unsure about it? I love it. I think it's great. You like your rain loud? I don't like my rain to sound like that all the time. That just tells me, wow, my house is kind of having a rough day. Okay, the light is on. I can't see shit. Love it so much. Me too. Me 3. Ghosty, do you want to turn on the choo-choo? No, not having it? All right. It doesn't want to do it. Put one there. Put one there. How far away do you need to be to determine if the ghost has line of sight? Well, I don't think did they update that ever? Where the ghost has basically unlimited line of sight, but the Gen Sprint, it's over 3 meters. Once it gets within 3 meters, it goes back to normal speed. Or it goes back to normal speed, including the line of sight buildup that it had by watching you. All right, let's get all of our equipment down there. Makes you want to sleep. You have to understand, man, my headset volume is so stinking loud that when the rain is that loud, it's really annoying. Oh. Where are you?
From behind.
Oh, gross. Oh, Jesus. At least he's honest. Gotta give him that. He was from behind. You can turn down the game's volume if it's too loud, Flash. No shit. He did say that he was behind me. That's very, very true. Do this, do this, this, do this, do this, take that, go this, do this. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Oh, did you cut the breaker, you little piece of trash? Rude. Absolutely rude. I was gonna say, do I have unlimited sprint? What the hell's going on? It's too damn bad. Ghost. No writing. Is that... I'm sorry, was that like a 1-frame dot that I just saw? I am fairly certain I just saw that. Norm time! You can turn on a light if it's too dark, Flash. Listen here, Eric. You listen up. I'm fairly certain I saw it. You love me? I know. Han soloed him. Did you see that? Wish we could buy spring upgrades. Spring upgrades? Must be in the southeast. Hit by the same storm right now. It's so loud. Where's the dots? I swear I saw it. I swear I'd seen it. I had to have. It was like a one frame. Hi, Lucy. I did see it. Oh no. Oh no. Well, you walked and saw it. You're not a wraith. I don't think. No, we don't have a photo of you yet. Phantom Dio Yokai. Okay. All right. Phantom Dio Yokai. I could try to get a grail. Because Stone Cold said so. Yeah, we share birthdays. You went back and couldn't see it? I swear I saw it. Like I said, we definitely saw it now, but what? Oh God, I didn't right clicked on accident. What the shit? Well, that's stupid. Why do I have to right click that? What voice am I in the spirit box? Let's try to see if we can get it. Where are you?
Taken away.
That's not me. Where are you?
Taken away.
Are you here? Where are you? Where are you? Hold on, let me set this up correctly. I want this followed by that, followed by that. Okay. Where are you?
Slips away.
Are you here? Where are you?
No way.
Are you here?
Close to it.
Where are you?
Close to it.
Are you here?
Slips away.
I have 3 spirit box responses. Where are you?
No way.
Are you here?
Was taken away.
Where are you?
Far.
I wonder if I can do, hold on. You son of a bitch. This might not work. I knew it. The ghosty turned the train on. Oh, that's the first time I've seen that. Where are you?
Was taken away.
Are you here? Where are you?
Right here.
Where are you?
Here.
Where are you?
I'm
Are you angry?
Active killing.
Nice try. Where are you? Where are you?
Taken away.
Are you here?
the far.
Are you friendly? Where are you?
The far.
It was fake. It was a blarp. It was fake. Where are you? Where are you? Shut your lips. Gosh dang it. It's not working. Harry Potter. Oh, that looked like that disappeared right away. All right, where's the EMF? We can do a test like this. Okay, all right. Give me this. He wants to play with the train. He can play with the train. That's totally fine. So what we can do to show that it's a phantom is we can do this. Let me go get some motion sensors. Oh yeah, it disappeared, and it also says Dot's ghost inside of the photo, and there's nothing there. Nothing. Lucy, what the hell? So phantoms and banshees have the ability to stalk the player, and both of them can actually stalk the player out of the basement to the main floor, but the phantom will actually leave an EMF 2 when it gets to your position. So what we can do is we can watch these motion sensors as the ghost stalks me, come all the way upstairs, walk to the front door, and set this EMF reader off. Lucy, I swear to God. Macy, thank you for the gifted. Train. Oh, that train. Oh. Sorry, I thought you meant in the game. My bad. Sorry. What up, BB? If it decides it wants to stalk us. Good lord. Macy, thank you for the gifted to Striker. Game Shark, thank you for the 32 months. Is it feeling it? No? Is that the same with the Wraith? No, the Wraith will teleport to the player. It won't stalk the player. Yeah, it's different. Ghost is busy with the train set? I guess so. We train and while hype train. Oh, roger that. Oh, okay. No, not doing it. Gamer fan, thank you for the subs, homie. Oh, that's a treasure train. Oh my. Chicken Alfredo. Ooh, I love chicken Alfredo. There it is. Here it comes. Watch. Textbook. Textbook. You don't even have to be in the house to test for that for the Phantom. You legit stand outside and you can see that happen. Ghosty walked all the way up to us, set the EMF off. There you go. There you go. Lucy, thank you for the 10 months. And it also stayed here long enough to blow the firelight out too. I want to say thank you for the informative streams. Played for many years, but still learn something new every stream. I appreciate you, Sassy. I still learn new stuff all the time. Shite, I need 2 more sounds. Tried that test, ended up being an Onryo. Okay, but how far away were you from the ghost? Blake! Because the ghost, an Onryo will not roam from the basement down the hallway all the way to the front door. That's not going to happen. All right, blow that out. My God. No. Don't go upstairs, butthole. No, Blake, thank you so much. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted to Biggs. It's always an Onryo? No, it is not. This is a Phantom. Ghost was the dining room, and I was by the front door bush. And the ghost walked, and it didn't event. It's mad that you won't play with them. I mean, I'll play train. You want to play trains? Here, I'll hit the horn. You start the train. Oh, don't fart ball me, you sick bastard. Oh, wait, that's not the horn. Sorry. All right, go ahead. We do have a hype train going here. I'll do it myself. No event, the motion sensor went off. And you're saying that it roamed. It's an Onryo, and it came all the way from over here, all the way down the hall, all the way to the front door, and then set an EMF 2 off, and then walked all the way back. I'd have to see the clip. Oh my. Holy night. Probably just a room change coincidence. That could have been, yeah, it could have been changing rooms when that happened. Yeah, I guess that's possible. Gamer fan, thank you, friend. Laura, thank you for the sub. Welcome, man. Toad, why are you screaming? Because Toad's pissed. Did we see our cursed possession by chance? I don't know if I seen it. I don't know if I was paying attention enough. Oh my God. I swear to God. Gonna be honest, I kind of thought it was break there for a second. I kind of thought. Not Franklin. So much is yeah, on occasion there's overload for sure. You thought it was break too? See, I'm not the only one. Ooh. Toy. Do I daily stream? No. Now, typically I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, but today was a little bit different and special because Mrs. Flash is out of town. So kiddos are asleep. Mrs. Flash is out of town. I stream for a bit. All right, we'll go here. I need to remove these. Watched on YouTube for a year. What's up, KC? They changed the hiding. They did. They made it so the blocked hiding is actually blocked. Which I'm totally fine with. I agree 100%. No, Mrs. Flash doesn't play any games at all. The only time she ever really does is if we play like Mario Kart together. Yeah. Kiddos asleep by 9 on a spring forward day. Yeah. They don't know the time's moving forward. All right, I've got these. I've got that. Let's go get the crucifix. Yeah. Best way to make money. Play the highest possible difficulty you can as fast as you possibly can. She has played Phas a few times. That's a very fair point. All right, Ghost, don't be near the crucifixes. There we go. F it. Case, thank you for the 5 subs, friendo. Very invisible. Very, very invisible. I have a video up about it, Tonic. Yeah. Hayes, thank you so much, friendo. Watch out, it's about to hunt. No, it's literally hunting right now. Danny Phantom. Oh my god. Holy night. Norm doesn't approve of this. Oh my. Good lord. All right. You go there. We go here. We do that. We do this. Oh my god. Listen, it exists for a reason, Lucy. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. The toad scream got you. It gets us all.
Welcome back.
It gets us all.
Some jobs ready for you.
Gangsta Night in the Mushroom Kingdom. That's a phrase that I've never heard. All right. I'm gonna keep doing Tangle, man. I forgot about the whole badge thing I need to get. Yeah. Don't give Toad energy drink? No. Toad doesn't need. No. So in a way, we're kind of working on the badge I forgot completely about. Who was a fan of Tom? Oh my. Oh my. 6'7". What do you do? Gangnam Style now? What the hell? Wasn't that a thing like last year? Shit, that's still going on? Gonna start calling people whippersnappers? Shit. How many more for the badge? 6. 6. It was supposed to be gone. It is. There's a few that are trying to keep it alive because they're really late. They're probably on Instagram. No offense. My wife usually comes to me and she's like, hey, have you seen this? I'm like, that was on TikTok like 4 months ago. So it was probably an Instagram thing, you know. Only time I've been in the new Tangle I got by a demon using its ability. Hey, let's go. That's fun. All right, let's go back. I need more.
All right, we're here.
What's my version of 100% Phas? When there's a story mode. Yeah. What's your version? What's your favorite food?
Whoever was here must have
You ever been to Milwaukee? When you tie your shoes, do you do bunny ears or do you like do just the loop de swoop and pull thing? It's my turn. Now my turn for the interviews. Yeah. How you guys feel about that? Huh? I think a story mode would be pretty sick. Do the bunny loops. Tips to guess the Jinn or the Myling with 2 evidence. What 2 evidence? Or just in general, you mean? If you're talking about like playing Nightmare and how do you figure out a Jinn or a Myling, the Jinn sprint is definitely a way. And then the Myling, the flashlight test. Flashlight test is the way to go. Yeah, story mode would be sick. Also, I think an interactive tutorial would be so much better. One where you guys can actually like hear things from someone on the walkie telling you what to do, and then if you don't do it correctly, they give you crap. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the hype train. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. God, I'm so itchy. Doesn't the Myling talk more in the paramic? It does. It does. Oh, that's right there. Okay. Hey, Cyber. Oh my God. Hi, caramba. Yeah, it's here. All right, it's dining. You know, he's a national treasure that you have to accept who he is and what he does. And that's why we love him as much as we do. Phone's gonna die. Oh, no worries, friend. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. All right, let's go. Hey, Unholy, my day is good. How was yours? Well, no, I didn't miss the skull. I mean, how do I take a photo of it without a photo camera? With my mind pictures. Hey, Dylan, I'm good. How's it going? All right, let's try there. Can't wait to lose an hour. Yeah, that seems to be a common theme. A lot of people showing their excitement about losing sleeps. Yeah. The movie's gonna have you know, we haven't heard from them. We haven't heard anything about the movie in quite some time. It's been a little bit. I'm very interested to see what happens. What just happened? Dorito, thank you for the subs. I can't see what's above it. Oh my. Oh, Jesus. Oh wow. You tried to, did you fart on me? Where are you? Are you here? All right, no footsies, but EMF 5. Roger that. Ay, caramba. A shade for the movie? Just go night-night. Oh my God. Okay. Excited for the longer daylight? That's fair. That's totally fair. Crucifix, smudge. Watch the camera. It's gonna give me dots any second. I'm at the ready. New to Twitch today. What game is this? Faz, how'd you find the stream? It's like I know. Told you. Hey, see you later, Easy. Have a good one. Trying to get better at hiding when the hunt starts. I chicken out a little. I always tell people that it's a good idea to have a hiding spot at the ready at all times. All the time. I just opened it and you were there. Oh, shit. Well, welcome in. Thanks, Twitch. If you've never seen me before, and this is new, welcome. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? All right. Turn that guy off. Get that photo. Let's go in here. Get this photo. It's going to give me dots. I'm going to get that photo. Let's turn it back the other way. Like that. Yeah. We'll just sit right here. Watch it be a Goryo. Oh, you shut up. Oh, it could be. I kind of forgot about that. What the hell? Okay. don't know what's going on right now. You had no UV, not a Goryo. I'm playing on Nightmare, so the ghost can hide evidence. Any day now. Didn't know I had Toad in the stream? Oh, yeah. Wine, thank you for the follow. If you have any questions about Twitch, friend, don't be afraid to ask. I'm sure that someone here would be more than happy to answer. Have I beat APOC 3? I have. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. You know, if you're a Goryo, you're awfully stingy. Countdown. Are we going to see an APOC 3 run anytime soon? Probably. Like a legit one. Go back to Sunny Meadows and do it? Probably. I haven't done one in a really long time. We usually avoid them just because running at 50 speed sucks. Wow, thanks. I am checking for Goryo. I am indeed. And it's becoming a pain in the arse. What if I do it from over here? What if, like, me being in the kitchen is too close to it, so it's not going to do it? This sucks, though, because it means it has to walk in the hallway. Didn't you do APOC 3 or try no day? Yeah, but I think they're talking about a legit APOC, like a Sunny Meadows run, I assume. I hear you in the kitchen, homie, the dining room, homie, but I need you to walk on out here. Often I stream on YouTube. Anytime that I stream on Twitch, typically. Yeah, I try to multi-stream when possible, just so that way people can choose to watch where they want. Because I do have some people, especially, that like to throw the stream up on their TV, and the Twitch app can really suck sometimes. So it's a lot easier to do with YouTube. Oh, spicy. Oh, wow. Real cute. Wow. Oh, wait. It farted on me earlier, right? Okay. Goryo Raj. There we go. Mr. Song. Hello, Peggy. Thank you for the gifted to wine. Wine, enjoy the emotes, friend. Oh. All right. Well, at this point, all right. Okay. All right. Purple app on the TV is not very user friendly. No, it's really not. Lucy, I have wine. I don't even care about this. Give me those two. And I need the motion sensor though. We'll at least do one of them. What is our curse? No idea. Ghost is trying to eat her face though. Yeah. Awful platform. I usually like it. I don't mind it that much. Like user friendly. I don't mind it. Ads are aggressive. They definitely can be. Trust, if I could run 0, I would run 0. No wine tonight? Damn. Damn. Remember Mixer? Certainly do. If we want to be technical here, that was the first place I ever streamed. It's because I wasn't like streaming for this. I was streaming to so a friend could watch gameplay while they were at work. For it on the computer, get less ads than in the app. Also for a computer, since the video drains the battery like crazy. I got you, Mira. Back in the RL days? No, Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah. Well, that heartbeat is blasting out of my head. I have a feeling you're not a Goryo, but why weren't you showing me dots in person? You don't make sense, you butthole. Overwatch, Fortnite. Oh yeah, I played Rainbow Six when I was on console. Yeah, peak rank, don't remember at all. I get it! Oh my god. Go ahead. Spawn, hunt, eat the crucifix. Go ahead. Jerk. Yeah, I played, when I was on console, I played shooters. So I played like Call of Duty. I played Rainbow Six. I did all that stuff. And when I switched over to PC, I guess the snooze, I did. When I switched to PC, I haven't done any first person shooters. Yeah. What? That heartbeat was regular? This is a choreo? What the hell? It seemed not terribly loud. Okay, maybe it's like the Pulte thing. Where it's like, I don't know, it seems kind of loud. Kind of like with a Pulte. You're like, it seems like a Pulte. It's like, you'll know if it is. Wow, dude. Wow. Not rise you loud. Eat it. Here, I'm gonna go bring him Norm. Norm's gonna tell him what's up. Hold on. Norm's got this. Old school Overwatch. I played Overwatch for a little bit when it first came out. All right. Norm, tell him. Wow, real original. Okay, I'm trying to make Norm stand up. There we go. All right. Oh, das Boot. Talk to Norm. Kind of done with the ghost at this point. You know what? Allow me to shut that door. It's a stinky Goryo. I'm leaving. Put a drill to his head. What the hell? I believe the maps used before were preset. The maps, the way that they used to be, were all Unity assets. They were just purchased by Kinetic Games and then used, put together to make the maps the way they were. And then now what they're doing is they are creating all their own assets, which is why you are getting reworks of maps like this. And people are like, well, why don't they just leave the old one and add the new one? The whole point is they want all the assets to be there. So leaving the old one is kind of against the whole point of what they're doing. Yeah. Yo. Which maps still have Unity assets? Prison, High School, Ridgeview, Willow, Edgefield. Trying to think what else.
There's some jobs ready for you.
Because some of them, like Willow has a couple of custom assets, but a lot of them are not. Sorry for the day they rework Prison. The big maps getting reworked would be pretty sick. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon, but that'd be pretty great. Yeah. I love that they put the old Bleasdale assets in the attic. I thought that was a really cool touch too. Yeah. No, Maple and Woodwind they created. Yep. Yep. All right. I have ads coming, friends. We do 3 minutes every hour. I'm going to go ahead and run them now. If you're not subbed, don't have turbo, don't worry about it. I wouldn't mind having another large map to run with new assets. It'd be pretty cool. I don't know realistically how long it takes their team to make maps now with how big of a team they have. It's so hard to say. You're doing great, sweet. Oh, thank you, Rafa. Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. Thank you for all the follows, by the way, friends. I do appreciate you. Oh, Malanta. What time is it? They haven't said anything about the size of the new one coming this year, have they? No. All they've said is that they really want to put a hard focus on small maps because it's the maps that most people play. They have a big enough team. Tell them to put their fingies out. pull the fingies out. Sorry. How long did the Tango rework take? From beginning of the process to now? I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked at the Trello. Oh, they went away. I haven't looked at the Trello in a minute. I wonder what the current state of the Trello is. I haven't looked. Let's see. Let's see. Right now, so Tanglewood is in closed beta testing. The last time they updated this was February 25th. All right, well, that explains it. Tom, you have the ability to edit this. Listen, the amount of times I've gone into the partner chat and been like, hey, so about the Trello, is that getting updated anytime soon? They're like, yeah, we'll get there. The amount of times I'm the one that goes in and asks like, hey, is that going to get checked on? It is public and a lot of people see it. Just curious. So I don't know what this is not the current state. This is not up to date. So I don't know where things actually are right now. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, friends. Console, welcome in. What's up, Randu? Tango rework number 2. Oh my goodness. Hey, Rudels, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. Get out of his pointy stick again and poke the devs. Yeah. I'll say something in the partner chat. I was the one that was poking the bear about getting them to fix the Twitch dates. To fix the dates that were on the Twitch main screen thing. Yeah. Just got affiliate someone wondering, if it's better to do pre-rolls or turn them off. Wait, or just turn those off if I can. If you're a monetized channel, you can't turn them off. The only way that you can actually turn them off is if you're not monetized. So, you have like 2 choices basically. You can either A, ignore it and just let the pre-rolls happen so that when somebody comes into the stream, they get hit by an ad immediately, or you run them yourself and then you control it. So like I just did those. So now there would be 0 ads for an hour, whether you're subbed or not. So it's just choice. Not every streamer is going to do it the same way. It's really just a matter of what you want to do best. Like, what do you want to do best? It's just a matter of what you think is best. So I like the idea of someone being able to come into the stream and not getting hit with an ad the second they come in. Because if somebody's new here, they don't know if they want to stay here or not. So I don't want someone to have to wait through ads to then make that decision, because during the ads, they're going to say, well, F this, I'm not waiting, and dip. So I run them myself. They might not be updating the Trello until they're ready to fix the noted bugs. Oh, possibly. But you figure like, okay, we released Tanglewood, scooch it over to the completed section. You know? I don't know. I hope you're having a good night, friend. Okay. I think we're going to keep it short and sweet today, friends. I know I don't normally stream today anyway, but I figured I'd get a couple hours in. Jake, welcome in. So we'll go find another kinetic partner to say hi to, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you so stinking much, YouTubes, Keeks. Thank you. We're going to go find someone to raid. Coco, thank you for the year. Wheel time. Wheel time indeed. Thank you, Macy. No, I appreciate you guys. What is the plan for tomorrow? Oh, for the actual gaming part, I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. Oh, don't worry, Eternal, whenever there's drops happening, when someone raids into another streamer that has the drops on, it continues. Yeah, so when I raid into somebody else, a kinetic partner, they will also have drops on. Yeah. You're not shipping us off? I am literally shipping you off to another streamer. Correct. Yeah. Sorry, we don't do 24-hour streams here. But if you are interested in 24-hour streams, I do have them over on the 24/7 channel. Just got the card. Let's go, Lucy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. What's it gonna be, huh? Miss everything. No, that's okay. I wasn't supposed to stream today anyway, man. Yeah. All right. I owe like 2 more of these, but I'm not going to do them today. But we will do this one because I did fix the lock tools thing. So I do owe like 2 of these. Flash did it once. It was rough. Wait, what did I do? Didn't give me a chance to resub before I got smacked with the ads. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. A gifted game. All right. Let me make sure that I'm signed in for that too. Oh, the 24-hour. Oh, I've done multiple 24-hour streams. Oh, yeah. I've done multiple, friend. Oh, yeah. All right. Authenticate. There it is. I haven't logged into this site since I've had this. There we go. All right, let's get lock tools open. 99%, nice. All right. Load, load, load. Load, load, load. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a free Steam game giveaway. So if you guys are interested in joining that, you are welcome to do !goo in the chat. Why? Because why not? Type that in chat. You guys have 60 seconds to do so. And then as you do it, you'll be entered. And then you get a free Steam game. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you all for the follows. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you, thank you. All right, let me go over to this. The poor Goobot. No, it consented. It's fine. All right. I need to get all these. Claim. Do this. You guys have 30 seconds to enter. 30 seconds. And then if you win, I'll Twitch whisper you, friends. So just make sure that if you win that I am able to message you. Decided to go veg out and finish the She's All That after here. Oh my God. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's freaking out, dude. This app is like so broken. It's not even being updated anymore. Go. But I love it though. I still love it. It's lagging on the enemy. I know it's having a really hard time. But it's trying its best song. That's what matters. I know. I really hope that someone makes something just like it because it's so great. Irish. Let's go. I don't have the applause sound. I gotta re-add that back. A triple welcome in. Oh, I gotta stop those from happening too. There we go. Irish, let's go. All right, Irish, I'm about to send you a whisper right now, friend. Let's see, go there. Get that, copy that. There, do that. Do that, do that. Yeah, there you go, friend. The DM has been sent. GG's. GG's. There we go. 2 off. Missed it by that much. So close, but so far. All right. Let's go find somewhere to raid. Oh my goodness. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the follows today, friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Taro, thank you for the prime. Get out. All right, let's see where that's going to be. What is the Tangle Challenge at? I think I have like 2 or 3 left. So I should be able to get the card tomorrow. Should be no reason for it. Yeah. Thank you, friends. Stick around. We'll go find a raid friend. Yeah, yeah. Stick around. Let's see. I'll make sure they're playing Phaz as well. Got to be careful, SpongeBob. Well, we were here not that long ago. However, they're pretty effing great, and I do love them. Break doesn't have drops on Deer Slayer. And I got it, friend. I always like to choose the raid. I always like to choose the raid target. Yeah. Yep. So if you're still earning drops, don't sweat it because I'm about to take you somewhere where you get to continue earning said drops. Do not sweat it. All right. Yeah, oh yeah, make sure the clocks, yeah, blah, blah, blah. That's probably even more of a reason why I should be ending now and not later, because we're losing an hour. Yeah. All right, friends. If you are a follower, the first one is for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. Creepy little tier 3s, you get your own. Let's go raid out. Flash is streaming, could raid him. I could raid him. Stupid spring forward. Friends, if you're not in the Discord already, the Discord link is in chat. So is the rest of the socials. If you are part of the Patreon, I posted today a behind the scenes of a making of thumbnails where you can see my process and you can see a sweet picture of Norm. Oh, I know, Sissy. It's so unfortunate. I don't want to do it. Set the clocks ahead. I don't want to do it. Joined the server the other day. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I want to do more stuff like that, Juju. I'm going to. 1,000,000%. Absolutely. All right. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys so much for another amazing stream. I know we've been streaming a bunch lately, but with everything that's been going on, it just makes sense. And especially with the extra time, why not? So tomorrow I'll probably post a video from our viewer games, more than likely. And then tomorrow during stream, we'll get our card. And then I don't know. We'll see what we do after that. I'm not really sure, but love you guys. Thank you for an amazing stream. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.